to add one simple item to my to-do list. Cry in the car. I was very efficient. That way when I got to the car, I could check it right off. That little check mark felt so important, like it mattered, like I mattered. You know, back then, I thought the only way that I could get ahead was to keep doing more. Turns out, what I really needed, and what I want to share with you today, is a secret recipe for a joyful life. Now, there was a Gallup poll that said 67% of working women surveyed felt burned out at least once a week. At least once a week. So while we're all walking around, we're smiling, we're checking all of the boxes, inside, there's a lot of us who are thinking, is this really what success is supposed to feel like? There are lots of people who are being told, we can do it all. All we have to do is work hard. But for lots of us, our crazy brains have taken that message and said, if we're not doing it all, we're failures. So you know what we do? We do more. We say yes to everything and everybody. And we even tell ourselves that sleep, totally optional. Yeah, I can see you understand. We have been designed to not be able to figure out how to allow ourselves to breathe. A breath, just a... We go through life and we tell ourselves that we can just do more and we'll be okay. I told myself that. In fact, a long time ago, I went to see a financial planner. And they asked me all the normal questions, but then she asked me something that changed my life. She said, if time and money were no object, what would you be doing right now? Now that might be really easy for you, but at that moment for me, I had no answer. And keep in mind, I talk to people for a living, and as my family can attest, I pretty much always have something to say. But that was the moment that I realized I had lost my dreams. I had lost the fun, the spark. I had lost my joy. Have you ever had a moment like that? Where you feel like you're really doing all the things you're supposed to be doing, all the things you should be doing, that you're supposed to do, and yet somehow in all of that, you forget to put yourself in your own life. We forget our why. We forget to ask the most important question. Why are we doing all of this? And who are we doing it for? What if we don't actually need more time after all? Maybe what we really need is to start making better choices. Choices that align with what actually matters to us. Tiny, intentional choices. For me, that started with 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I decided I would put gratitude on the top of my to-do list every single morning for 5 minutes. Even if some mornings back then, my only thing on the list was today, I opened my eyes, thank you. It wasn't profound. It definitely wasn't Pinterest worthy. But somehow, it was enough. Because when you start choosing joy, it starts showing up everywhere, and it changes everything. Suddenly, instead of looking at your calendar, your beautiful color-coded calendar, that was mine, you don't look at that anymore and see what you want it to look like. You start thinking to yourself, what should my time feel like? You start joy. Right there on the calendar. In between the business meetings and your kids' practices, there it is. Lunch with a friend. Time for a walk. Maybe even a game night with your family. It's right there in black and white. And instead of feeling guilty because you're not doing it all, you actually feel accomplished because you're doing the most important thing. You're checking off joy. But here's the trick. It's all great in theory, but remembering to put joy at the front of your life every single day can be a challenge. Our life is messy. Our life is busy. So that's where the secret recipe comes in. And it's not another productivity hack. And it's not another planner that you have to buy. It's something so much simpler. Are you ready? It's P, B, and J. Just like peanut butter and jelly, like the sandwich. Except this time, it's going to feed your soul instead of your belly. The first one is P, for permission. It's permission to put yourself back on your own to-do list. And permission to stop chasing someone else's version of what your life is supposed to be and start creating your own. Then there's B. B is baby steps. You don't have to override your whole life overnight. Little tiny changes build momentum, which creates change. And that change sticks. For me, it was 5 minutes of gratitude. For you, maybe it's putting your phone down during dinner. Little tiny changes. But it matters, and they create results. And then there's J. J is for joy. Now, I am not talking about the Instagram perfect joy that we all spend all day looking at on our phones. I'm talking about the joy that happens when you are present. The kind of joy that makes you laugh so loud that you actually snort out loud in public. That is real joy. And the coolest part, you don't have to wait for it, and you don't have to earn it. You just have to make a choice. So now you know my secret recipe. P for permission, B for baby steps, and J for joy. You have a really important question when you leave here. What are you going to do with that information? Are you going to stay on autopilot? Or are you ready to make a change? Because that incredible life that you're waiting for is not at the end of another to-do list. And maybe we don't need another check mark for crying in the car. Maybe instead, we can sing in the car, loud, off-key, but completely our own experience in the moment. Because joy is not something you have to wait for, and you don't have to earn it for doing more. All you have to do is make a choice to choose you and choose joy. Thank you.